sorry you don't have your chicken this... Oh, you're eating his food. Don't do that. I put some of the fancy feast stuff on there for him. I'm sorry. And he had some in the house, so he doesn't need yours. Come over here and eat. No. Here. Come here, Tux. He doesn't normally care, but this morning, because you've got a little fancy feast, he cares. Oh, it feels nice out here today. The humidity's down today, and tomorrow the temperature will be down even more. Feels really good. Meeting Michelle. Super excited to see her. Hey there, Panther. Good morning. Hi. Mom's gonna cook a chicken today, I promise. I have a little fancy feast for you on top. He's not too fussy. He's hungry. He pretty much eats what I put out. Good boy. Squirrels got a little feisty last night. I mean, raccoons got a little feisty last night. So my 3D print, that Lego piece, finished at midnight. And Don was a real sweetheart and went out there and started the next print. I figured out how to clone it in the Creality software and print 4 at a time. And it's been going overnight. It's not quite done yet, but it's going strong. Probably be done when I get home today. I don't know, that one piece, I want to say it took, I don't know, 7 hours? Could that be right? 6 hours at least. Oh. Anyway, there's no rush on that print. It just does what it does. Hey there, sweetheart. Good morning. I see you ate up all your chicken last night. That's a good girl. Looking good, looking good. I see just a little extra stop and start from side to side, but I don't think that's going to make any difference. Way cool. I think that'll clean up no problem. So there was an announcement from Tesla yesterday, this week, about a brake package for the S and X. I assume mostly newer. And anyway, it seems like the new cars have the red brake calipers again for performance models. Don and I never understood why they stopped making them red. Maybe it was to trim expenses, but at any point, I think most owners appreciate their performance model being differentiated and easily spotted by the red brake calipers. And they're back. They're back on cars coming off the line, and if you didn't get them, you can get them now. So, because we have read yet again the importance of walking backwards.
Yes.
See, Don and I's exercise is focused a lot on being ambulatory through our old age.
Right.
And helping to keep your balance good.
Yeah, well, our chiropractor guy, one of the first things he said when we first visited him, he said that one of the easiest things to test to see if you'll end up in a nursing home or when you'll go to a nursing home is, can you do a squat?
Yep.
That's all it takes. Can you actually go down and do a squat?
Sit down on the floor and get back up off the floor.
Too,
I mean, there are a few other ways to twist it. Some of us with bad knees have to kind of test it other ways, but...
Well, it had to do with, like Marianne said, with mobility. And the thing is, if you don't do it, you won't be able to do it. You know, use it or lose it concept.
Yeah, see, Don's doing great. You guys see him on the unicycle. You know his balance is good even at 66. You know, he walks up the hill here, uphill. You got to be feeling that in your calf muscles a little bit.
I'm having to work. Don't misunderstand.
Yeah, this is all about making the brain focus on the coordination without you really focusing on the coordination. And it's helpful if you have somebody with you, I think, to watch out for obstacles behind.
Yeah.
Keep you safe, keep you, you know, the trail curves now, remember, stuff like that. But anyway, I'll try to walk backwards a little bit today too, because Lord knows I need to be worried about balance a little bit more than Dawn, although mine is greatly improved over what it once was.
Sure. My girl, she does the best she can, but this all gets back to walking on an uneven ground stimulates the front part of your brain, and that stimulation has a lot of benefits other than just the muscles are moving. The nervous system keeps things tuned up.
Yeah, you can turn around now. That's good. Yeah, we were also reading yesterday. There's a little bit of a breeze and it feels great. Hopefully I've got a little gap here where it won't interfere with the microphone too bad. But Don read an article yesterday.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, about circadian, or watched a video last night. One of the last videos we watched before we switched over and watched the final episode of Star Trek Enterprise with Scott Bakula. I may have been in tears.
He was.
Every time I watch Trek and get to the last episode, I feel so entwined and captured by the characters that I end up crying. Well, part of it is crying about it being over, and part of it is just, I told Don I like it in the evening when we watch a show that I know all the characters. There's another one. Know all the characters, what to expect. I don't know, it just suits my evening routine of relaxation, except for last night when I was basically bawling about the show being over. But anyway, I digress. Don was talking to this guy about circadian rhythm, and you want to just give us a brief?
Yeah, well, what he's talking about melatonin is that there's this gland in your brain that makes melatonin, but the thing that most people don't know, and he is an MD and he is a sleep specialist, that research has just come out.
I'm switching sides.
And said that gland in the back of your brain, the pineal gland or something like that, only makes 5% of the melatonin, and the other 95% is built by the created by the mitochondria, which is the energy center of every cell in your body. So it's very tied to vitamin D and the sunlight. And so to stop the antioxidants and the various different things working together, but the bottom line was, if you want good melatonin, you really need to get out in the sunlight, and you need to be exposed, the 30 minutes a day, and you need to be really cognizant of your vitamin D levels. And if you live in northern latitudes, you need to probably take a vitamin D supplement, because it might be difficult to get vitamin D at the quantities you need. So if you're not sleeping well, don't necessarily take a melatonin. In fact, he said the only reason you take a melatonin supplement is if you can't fall asleep. He said if you have no trouble falling asleep, supplementing melatonin is not going to help. But he said there's all these other benefits that melatonin has.
Right, so just to add a little bit of background, Dawn and I have dabbled on and off with taking a melatonin supplement. I don't have trouble sleeping pretty much ever. I have 2 nights of insomnia a year, and those are rough, but Dawn on and off does. Not falling asleep, but waking up and getting back to sleep, especially in the early morning hours.
I had an extra cup of coffee yesterday, and I had it like at 1 o'clock or 1:30, and I think that had a lot to, might have messed me up a little bit.
Yeah, but we have on and off, usually right now at least off on the on taking the supplement. But we I guess if you don't know your vitamin D level, if you have no clue what it is, if your doctor's never tested it, if you can get him to test it and your insurance pay for it, highly recommend. The guidelines from the government are like 30 to 70 is, I don't know if it's nanometer, something milligram mole or something. Yeah, you want more like 50 to 90. And if you're not there, that's a health risk for a lot of things. I guess because Don and I walk daily, we're not super concerned about it. But we have had it tested before. Mine was too high for a while because I supplemented. So I would never tell you to supplement without knowing And I think you can get it tested outside of insurance pretty cheap. It's not an expensive test. Like our chiropractor had a test where you come into the office, buy the test, put a drop of blood on a piece of cardboard and send it off, and they tell you your results. And I think that was like a $30 test or something. So if you can't convince your doctor. But you know, doctors ought to understand the role of vitamin D, and as we've transitioned to more of an indoor culture and transitioned away from incandescent lighting, we've really crippled our vitamin D production.
Yeah, the guy said reading at night with blue light, like on the iPad, is not good. He didn't say anything about the Kindle. I don't know if that's blue light or not, but he said that reading on the before bedtime on a Kindle, on a blue light device, basically can wipe out your melatonin. It just destroys it, the production of the melatonin.
Yeah, I've heard quite a few doctors that they now wear blue light blocker glasses at night. We have not done that yet. And you know, take other preventative measures, but anyway, just stuff to consider. There's information out there about why incandescent lights are better. I think from a safety perspective, and obviously from an energy usage perspective, LEDs are the way to go. They don't cost anywhere near as much to run, and they don't generate a lot of heat. So not your lampshade, but some of my, you know, if I had old-fashioned Christmas lights strung up all over the house, that might not be such a good thing.
I guess what I would say is that there is probably a trade-off. All the lights that you don't sit under or that have to be on a long time, all day, all night, because we've got lights that are on 24/7, 365. They never turn off. And those should probably be LED.
It's not true. We have a good night routine that runs on A.
Okay.
And when I go to bed and I issue that routine, she turns off pretty much every light. But
the ones that you might sit near enough that the infrared radiation given off by the incandescent light would be absorbed by your skin is probably good. So if you're, he said, sitting, you know, a campfire. He said that is why, one of the reasons that you sleep so well when you sit out by a fire is because of this infrared radiation. And light bulb incandescents give off that same radiation wavelength of light. So the point is, the LEDs don't waste any energy on making infrared. They only show you visible light, so that's why they're worthless for this particular stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, we hadn't talked a long time in a while on any topic, and today we've circled back around to, I guess, health topic. Take it for what it is. Do some research if it appeals to you. If you're not sleeping well, then there's some things to research about it, and they don't involve taking one of those sleep aid pills. We exited after 2 laps to stay on time to meet Michelle. You know, the most important part of this walk is the part that takes us into the park on this trail and out of the park, because that's where the most elevation is. Although I don't like skipping on my time out in the sun. And I'm willing to do it to stay on time, because the stress of rushing is not good either. So I've been doing pretty good about correcting my available time to sleep, we'll call it. From like 12:30 to 7:30 every day, or 12 to 8, plus maybe a nap sometime. I'm still not waking up feeling perky. I'm still feeling not as refreshed as I'd like to be. Dawn keeps an eye on if I'm breathing good when I'm sleeping. If my weight creeps up, I start not breathing good. If my weight stays down, then it pretty much solves that problem for me. Actually, that would do that for a lot. People don't realize their tongue can increase with the rest of their body. And it's important not to do that for good sleep. But it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I've got to cut down on the coffee consumption. Most days I'm drinking 4 cups. It's partly because it tastes super good with that monk fruit in it, which is not a good thing, and partly just I enjoy it, but I can do better. I'm hoping when we move into some hot beverages here when it's chilly, especially for my morning, that'll slow me down a little bit. Oh, there's a deer over here in the kudzu, at least one. Where there's one, there's usually more. Yeah, it's so tall this time of year we don't see him that much. Good morning. She's moving on. If she had tiny guys with her, we might not be able to see them. Hi. Poor guys, they just have so little space for themselves anymore. They've taken over, the church took over a large thing, and I feel for them. But I don't want them eating stuff in my yard. I noticed this morning that the planter that I have there beside the driveway with the hosta in it, that last night they ate all the hosta down to the nub. The poor hosta here in North Carolina, if you plant it in the ground, the voles eat it by the roots, and if you plant it anywhere, period, the deer eat it. They like really lush, soft plants, and hosta qualifies. And the good thing is it doesn't really kill it. But my whole planter now, all you can see is the little fairy garden house I have in there, and that's it. So back to a Tesla topic. I guess this is soapbox day. I was chatting in the comments of one of our videos, I think it was day 2267, so from a couple of weeks ago, where the guys ran the stop sign at the accident scene. Almost hit me. I mean, ran the red light. That one wasn't a stop sign. The red light at the accident scene on my way to the chiropractor. Anyway, I was talking with Casey Green, chatting back and forth a little bit about the B-pillar cameras, and you know, there's a couple things I've harped on over the last year, and one is when the wipers come on due to rain, the headlights better darn well be on. And oh, by the way, whether my daytime running lights are on or my headlights are on, I need the appropriate symbol in my car showing me what's happening. The running lights being on but no symbol being lit, or the wipers running and the lights not being on with the proper symbol lit. I don't know if I can't certify it's fixed yet or not, because I'm still uncertain if the FSD level has it. I think it does. And I haven't been out driving in the rain enough to know, because it takes a little extra testing. It's not good enough one time to be out in the rain and the lights are on, because if it's a really dark rain cloud, they were coming on anyway. But it's when it's like, you know, that rain when the sun is out and the lights still need to be on, that's the real test of are they on. So time will tell before I certify I'm happy with that fix. But the other thing is, I want to see those B-pillar cameras, and I want to be able to see them now. And oh, by the way, it'd be great if they started recording to Sentry or dash cam also, like the forward facing rear and side repeater cameras are. You know, Casey said, and I agree, that Tesla's never said why they didn't include the B-pillar cameras. It could be something as basic as the, as our friend Andy would say, as the kids that do the programming, you know, just didn't think it was necessary. Thought they'd pick the one that was the best. I guess we could speculate that maybe Tesla didn't want us to know what that side camera can or can't see, that they weren't happy with it and wanted to keep it a secret. I don't know. I guess in reverse on the S and the X, or the newer models now, you can see more of your parking while you're, you know, in reverse while you're parking. That's not good enough. I want access to that camera all the time. It's, you know, Tesla has this great security plan for both the integrity of the car in a crash, and while you're away from the car with your animals in it, or, you know, even just what's going on around your car. And I think that's a little bit of a hole, not letting us have those cameras. And I'm on my soapbox about it today. I've twice in the last month I've wanted to look at footage from that camera, both to show you, but also for my own personal knowledge, and it just hasn't, I can't see it. So please, I know no one at Tesla's listening to me, but I think that's important. Yeah, and I won't complain about a better 360 view for parking if we feel the need to check off a box to say the Bolt and the Model X or the Teslas have the same parking view. But I really don't care, because I feel like I have plenty of parking assistance with the current rear view camera and the side mirrors pointing down, and I could really sort of could care less about that. That is nowhere near as important to me as just being able to look at those cameras when I want to. Either recorded or real time.
Hey, look who's walking backwards.
I'm trying. It's not easy. Donald, watch out for me. It's a pretty straight path here. You'll have to slow your pace down. I have to walk slower.
I understand.
I was going to say that it's making my head hurt thinking about Tesla synchronizing the features on the cars and the new technology between all of the assembly lines they have at this point.
Yeah, all the different locations.
I mean, we've got Fremont, we've got Austin, we've got Shanghai, and we've got Europe, Germany, Berlin. Yeah, it's really making my head spin. So I don't know, how do we get them all synced up? The reason why it makes my head spin is because as a software engineer trying to put in a fix to all versions of the product, and they're all moving targets and not level code, used to provide us some level of extra work. It's hard when you've got that many moving things. I guess I can't walk very good. But you were going to add something?
Yeah, I think it was Rob on Tesla Daily said a rumor, and he was very clear. That's why I think it was him, because he said it was a rumor. Tesla Daily, Rob said a rumor is that the reason that the Highlander didn't come to the U.S. is because it's going to come next year, and it's going to sync up with the Model Y. The Model Y is going to get some of the improvements, maybe like the LED lights or something. In other words, there's two parts of the Highlander. The first part is, of course, the cosmetic exterior stuff, but the other part is the interior stuff. And there's no reason you can't do the interior stuff, like add the second row display, things like that. So we'll see. Some ways I think that's a pretty neat idea.
Yeah, and I guess another consideration I have too is, with the Plaid S and X, they did a lot to upgrade the performance, and I do think they did a good job with that. But as our friend Andy has found out with the doors, and I don't just mean the Falcon Wing doors, I just mean the doors, they really didn't rework them. Of course, the ones on the X are all have the actuators in them, and they're more sophisticated than the S. But obviously they didn't redo a lot on that engineering, and I think if they wanted to, they could make it better now. So so many things they could do continuous improvement on, and only so much time in the day and against competitors and all that other stuff. I've talked to Don here in the last week again.
Yeah, but the thing about the syncing up the interior pieces, I think the interior stuff in the Y and the 3 are very similar, and you only have one supply. Right now, if you have to maintain the Model Y interior and the new Model 3 interior in the U.S., now you've got to have 2 sets of bill of materials.
Sure.
So syncing them up, the interior thing with the parts that make sense, because obviously the front fascia on the Model 3 is never going to work on the Model Y.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about the external stuff, but the interior,
door panels, the seats. Yeah, that was the whole, we can get the Model Y to market faster because it's going to be so closely mirrored off the 3.
Right. Well,
yeah.
They didn't. There's not, oh, well, the Model 3 is 5 millimeters narrower than the Model Y. No, Tesla didn't get caught on all those little Well, the bolt pattern's almost the same, except for this one's got 5 holes instead of 3 or something. You know, they didn't do that kind of stupid stuff.
Right. What I was going to say was that, you know, I talked to Don again a little bit in the last week about, you know, did we or did we not want to trade Jules for a new Y. Don really doesn't want the bigger X for his drive. Although to me that makes really, would be, you know, probably would be my choice. But anyway, imagine how upset I would be if we did pull the trigger on a new Y, and then in 6 months the Y gets the refresh on the interior that the 3's gotten, and it has ambient lighting and a few and perforated seat, air-cooled seats.
Right.
I mean, we, you know, and some of those other features, I probably would be pretty frustrated. So
well, the 7500
maybe
tax credit's going to be around for a long time, and the free upgrade to full self-driving, that's the twist.
right.
But who says that he won't? He said it was a one-time deal the way he did it.
Yeah, people need to remember it's 35 around that corner. You know, I try to listen and look, but if they're coming super fast, that, you know, is not as helpful, and they can't see on that curve. But he stopped.
Yeah,
he did. And it was possibly more noise than speed, but he was going pretty fast also, over the speed limit. They get around the curve where they're forced to slow, and then they speed up. And I'm on my way. Black kitty and all. There's the surveying company again, Withers Ravenel. And I don't know, they're digging there in the ground a little bit. He had a metal bar and was punching the ground. I don't know what that was for per se. But I expect a bunch of vehicles, equipment, men to show up to start doing stuff over there anytime now. Utility people are over here. USIC, I forget what it stands for, but that's utility people. There you are. It seems like it's been forever. I'm so happy to see you. Yay! Give me a hug, girl.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It feels so good to be out.
Are we ready?
I am so ready.
I stopped in briefly yesterday, and they did put out some orange stuff, but not some harvest more than Halloween. But who knows, since I was here yesterday.
I'm ready.
Don had to get the car inspected, and I asked him to drop me off while he went and did that. And
Ooh.
I found something I'd been looking for, a luggage caddy storage bin roller thing. So it was good I stopped in.
Oh wow.
There he is.
Yeah.
Tell me it's Halloween.
It's not. It's Women's Winter.
Oh, we want Halloween.
It should be coming.
I just want you to know the whole back of my car is full of stuff for you, and I think it's super cute. It's a combination of birthday stuff
Okay, I like that.
and stuff I got for you. But the frunk's not full, so we have plenty more room. We have more room. We can spread it out some more. Aw, it's Shrek.
Yes, and if you can open up the little
Thing down at the onion. Okay, yeah, I see. Oh, there he is with his love. Oh, how totally sweet is that? That's why she doesn't have on Halloween today, but she's got a little Halloween with her. Well, if I needed timers or extension cords or power strips, I would certainly be buying them here. Well, this brings back memories. You know, both boys had race car beds. They're asking $115 for it. I'm sure that's worth it. Those things are very indestructible and the kids love them. It's super cute space fabric, and it is handmade. It's pretty tiny. Obviously, we're in Little Angel with the baby stuff now, but it's so cute. For those that are not stacking are not good at balance. It's got a wire through the center of the rocks. Obviously hand painted. I think that'll go quick. Oh, it says I love fall most of all. And I got a really nice turkey mini flag and this big Toland cat flag, and we're having fun even if we wish there was a little more Halloween. Oh, he's cute, the fox. I have a you're really gonna like it. I probably should buy it and put it in your Christmas stocking. They're mermaid socks. You're making waves. I've never seen that pattern, that design. Almost looks like a Wonder Woman mermaid.
Yes. Or one that you get as a tattoo, like Popeye.
Right, like a Navy guy would have on his. Yep.
I'll make her swim.
Hang on. It looks like Mickey Mouse exploded. Disco Mickey. Here to party, but it's a small.
That'd be perfect for the cat cafe.
We're finding a few things. I told Michelle I see her in this fall with her leggings and her pumpkin spice latte. It's all those fall colors, yes. Well, see, we have to have the scene to set the clothing piece. That brought back a complete rush of memories from like circa 1978 or something. My phone is dead. I am so glad I have a key fob. If I had to reach in and pull out the emergency card, I would be so irritated from the bottom of my purse. And my thing, it works from, I'm putting my stuff in the front. It works from buried in my purse. I never have to see the key fob. I'm so appreciative. I think it's empty up here. No hidden Legos. Okay, we're safe. She needs to have 3 kids come home from high school with her today. So each child will be having something in their lap because I told her she needs a frunk. It's her purchases, her birthday, my purchases for her, and Ariel's espresso machine, which is going to go in her lap. And I told Ariel and Connor need to help you in when you're ready.
It's gonna be fun. Thank you.
Our neighbor has a new cute kitty cat pumpkin inflatable. I really like it. I'm hoping Don's coming out to help me in because Marty's on the ground right in front of me, even though the car is not showing him in any way. Maybe lift it up high, you can see him. I don't see Don. Well, I can get out and unload the car from here too. But Marty literally saw the car, walked from the shade into the sunlight, and plopped. He moves for UPS and FedEx though, and those other louder cars. He just doesn't move for the silent car. So pull out the yellow thing.
The yellow thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's for you.
Ooh.
But that one's long sleeve.
Yeah. That's nice. I like it.
Yeah, real Nike.
Yeah. Oh, it is a Nike?
Yep. Dry fit.
Ooh.
Yep.
Nothing but the best.
And let's see, I'm looking. Well, you can hold up the other shirts, and there's one more shirt. That one's for me, so I can be Miss. So no, you should recognize that Mrs. Incredible, and it's a girl cut.
Oh, it is Miss Incredible. Okay.
Yeah, and then a white shirt for one of us, me, you, Johnny, probably work for any of us. Nice and thick.
Yeah, it is
to go
thick.
Under a short sleeve shirt. We might hold it up higher. You didn't hold it. There you go. Reebok, and it's
really heavy.
Right, it's very warm. So if you want to wear a short sleeve shirt at Christmas time, you got something. And I got this sweater because it's from Kohl's and it's nice, and Michelle and I really liked it.
It's got bling on it.
It's got bling, but it's rounded at the bottom, and it's Crofts and Barrel, and it's, you know, a real brand, and I just really liked it. And I think your other shirt is in this bag.
The tablecloths. Stuff like
Hang on, you can keep going, but that's for you. A new fall. It's Ralph Lauren, and it feels like it's not been warm. It looks like a large, but it's a large. Right. So hopefully it's not too large.
I think it'll be fine.
Because usually you don't wear a medium button-down shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
But it did look a little large. You can just pull other stuff out. These are for the backs of the chairs at Thanksgiving. It's a turkey.
It's gotta have that.
It's a turkey pilgrim. Yeah. Well, they weren't expensive, so adds a lot of decoration to the,
Just as long as
This
it's not
is-
an extra trip up to the attic.
right, this is Big Boy's blanket for Halloween. It says, you okay, candy, free candy, or you kidding me? And show me the candy and nobody gets hurt.
Oh, got it.
It's got Black Kitty on it, and it was priced right at $4. So
Very cute.
that came home. Oh, this is for you too. You got three. I know you got vests, but now you got another. Don does really good in the winter with these vests, and they're short sleeve and they button down. I mean, they zipper, and that way he doesn't have to get it on if his shoulder starts. His shoulder hadn't been bothering him too bad lately, but it don't take much.
Yeah. Oh, Columbia. Very
And
nice.
it's long, so it won't. Your back won't get cold.
Yes, that's the problem with the
Yeah,
vest.
he likes long backs. And here's a little thing from Walmart or Target. These little birds. He's gonna go up next to that bird. He matches. He's a buddy.
Of course he is.
Yeah, you can set him back. Or you're gonna well, just set him down for now. We'll put him up in a minute. So that's a Victoria's Secret night shirt and that
Ooh.
fabric that I really enjoy.
Yeah. It's
If it's, I think it's fine for me, but if it's not, it'll go to Michelle because we sort of both touched it at the same time. Let's see. I did go ahead and get the owl shower curtain, maybe for Thanksgiving in Johnny's bathroom.
Yeah.
There's several hand towels.
Napkins.
Yeah, we need to switch over to the orange ones for the next 2 months. I know you love it when, yeah, hold up the turkey.
More turkeys.
He was $1.50. That is, well, I have 8 or 9 flagpoles now. I need 8 or 9 turkeys. Hold that up. That is just so freaking cute. Happy Halloween and the Black Kitty. Michelle held that up too, so they've seen that, but it's Toland. It's that thick material.
Yeah, it is.
I love it. And like I said, a couple of hand towels. That cable in the garage, Don and I opened it. That generator cable, that's from Michelle. Stuff from Michelle.
It's 25
It's
feet.
25 feet. I told Don I thought it was 15. I would swear it was 10. And it's 25. Yeah, got some nice more. And then there's a kitty cat feeding bowl and 1 mug in there. Well, this is the cute stuff Michelle had picked up for me. And there was one other Lego black cat thing. This is a pen. I have not seen this before. Very interesting. It looks like nighttime. I love it. And this is very Halloween special. So this is the minifigure on the little 4x3 stand plate. Okay. And I have not cleaned the skirt off of this yet, but you see where the hole is? That piece snaps in there. And that keeps the minifigures from falling out of the little hex showcase. I didn't snap it down, but it is going to fit just fine. And you kind of can see how that's going to work. I need to get this skirt off. The ones in the garage are still printing, but they're very close to done. I'm going to work on it a little bit. It's to be seen how far I'll get. There's some orange slope bricks up top that I still don't have, but I think I can build the cap and add those later and still proceed with building up. There's grounds details on the back side of the back, which is over on the other table. There's stuff I can do. So I'm gonna, EMS Bricks did such a good job getting me my bricks quickly that I want to at least spend a few minutes with it. Hi, little helper. Hi, sweetie. Such a good girl. I am stopping for now to cook, although I think I could finish up these 2 spots. I need the slopes coming tomorrow for up here to bake the base so that I can keep going up. But I do think I can finish these 2 things on the side. So let me do that real first and then go cook. I made good progress. I've got these little flower boxes to do on the outside. I need more of the orange lantern bricks, which are coming. It's not something I haven't calculated properly. And I do have this to switch to the darker green. I just didn't do it yet. But it is ready to put those slopes on and then build up on the second floor. So I'm very pleased with how it's coming. And there's little mushroom things that stick out from here and, you know, other stuff, but I need to, you know, I need to get the slopes, but I'm very happy with the progress today. Don and I watched a video on how to remove rafts and basically flex it near a corner and
Yeah, it mostly came.
It mostly came off, but Don's gonna go take a plastic spludger to it.
Yeah.
They showed a putty knife. This is probably the only one I'm gonna print that has the keyhole back. The others are open. I think the raft will come off a lot easier. There's a lot less surface area. But this, you know, Johnny cleans these parts all the time. Until you do it yourself, you don't know. You need your own experience.
Yeah.
So now I know.
Now we know.
Of course, Don had no problem removing the rest of the raft with the spludger. And like I said, none of the other ones I printed have a back. Just this one with the keyhole for hanging. So they should peel off easier. But there's the minifigure installed. The black plate down below is the actual Lego part. It snapped in perfectly. It'll never come loose. So where the supports, the, I don't know, what would you call those rails? The rails on the side are, that's where other ones connect, and you can make it into any interesting shape that you'd like to put on the wall, as big or as small as you'd like. And it's still printing the 4, so we'll have to wait probably till tomorrow to get them off the raft and slide them on and see how it's going to go. And there's several online with interesting shapes that I'll probably try to mimic. And there it is so far, and 4 more are on the printer. I guess, I think it took like 19 hours or something like that.